Hi everyone, it's Melissa Metcalf Le Roy here, starting the free 30-minute yoga class. This is, of course, Thursday night, 6 p.m. on April the 9th, making sure I get the date right. This is going to be geared more towards beginners. So if you take the classes, they are Tuesday and Thursday evenings at 6 p.m. Tuesdays, more intermediate advanced. Thursdays are always geared towards beginners. So we're going to be focusing this evening on the beginner with 10 yoga poses that you should be doing every day. So I had several of you reach out to me and say, Melissa, we've watched some of the videos and there's several positions that you talk about that you say you should be doing every day. As a beginner, what are some great yoga poses that I can do every day to kind of build my practice, yoga practice? So that's what we're going to be focusing on this evening is 10 yoga poses that you can practice and do daily to build your yoga practice. So hi everyone, welcome. So I've got right at 6 o'clock, so I'm going to make my way back to the mat and we're going to start this evening's class. So here we go. So once on your mat, you want to get into a comfortable position. So I often refer to this position as perfect pose. So whatever perfect pose looks like for you, crisscross applesauce, you can have those legs stretched out in front of you, knees slightly bent. However, the main thing that you want to focus on is that spine. So in perfect pose, we want to make sure that both sits bones are even on our mat. We are sitting up nice and straight and tall. Our core is engaged. Our shoulders are back and down. They're loose. So I'm just going to rest my wrist, the top of my wrist, on my knees here. And I'm just going to kind of allow my hands to fall down, palms up. So that way I'm in a very relaxed position here. I'm going to start my deep lymphatic breathing. So in the style of yoga that I practice, we always do deep lymphatic breathing. So that means a deep breath in through your nose. When you do that, I want you to fill up that abdomen, envisioning that air and that breath coming up into that chest, up into those shoulders, and then we're going to exhale it all out through our mouth. All the way back down. And then finding that belly button and sucking it to your spine. So making sure that we've gotten all of the air out of that abdomen. So deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Couple more. You'll notice that I allow my eyes to just kind of flutter closed. What I'm doing here is I am trying to be present in the moment. I'm erasing away my day. So with each exhale, I am visualizing everything leaving this room, my space. So whatever happened today, my to-do list, my evening plans, I'm going to worry about that in 30 minutes when we're through here. So one more. Hopefully that should have you very relaxed now. Now we're going to go into just some simple stretches, some warm-up to make sure that we're nice and limber, those muscles are engaged for these 10 basic everyday beginner yoga poses that you can do. So we're still sitting up nice and straight and tall. What I want you to do, whether you have those legs crossed or out in front of you, take that right hand to that left knee. We're taking that left hand behind us. Notice that we are sitting up nice and straight and tall here. I'm looking gently over my shoulder. I'm allowing my neck to dictate when I stop. So I'm going to take a deep breath in. Notice I sit up a little straighter, a little taller here. When I exhale this through my mouth, I'm going to see if I can go just a fraction deeper in this twist. And then I'm going to hold there, breathing. 2 more breaths. One more. On that exhale, I'm slowly going to push up with that left hand, releasing both, bringing my left hand to my left knee, right hand to right knee. I'm sitting up nice and straight and tall. I'm back even, making sure that I have even weight on both sits bones. My next inhale, I'm placing that left hand on that right knee. Right hand is going behind for that gentle twist. Deep breath in. Sitting up a little taller. Exhale, going a little deeper. Notice though that my chin is level. I'm not allowing my chin to come down to my chest, or I'm not looking up. My chin is level, and I'm just glancing over my right shoulder. I'm holding, and I'm breathing. One more. On that exhale, we're slowly pushing up, releasing. Both hands are coming to both knees here. Just recentering, balancing. Now, if you are sitting crisscross applesauce here, we're going to uncross those legs and cross them the opposite direction. We are creatures of habit, and we have a comfortable side that we always go to. We have that strong side. So in yoga, we really focus on core balance and making sure that both sides are even and equal in strength, balance. So now that we have them cross the opposite direction, or if you still have those legs out in front of you, that's fine. We're going to do this again. So we're going to take a deep breath in. Right hand is going to the left knee, left hand is going behind. Once again, we're sitting up nice and straight and tall. We have full extension of that spine. Chin is level, deep breath in. A little taller, exhale. Going just a little deeper. Listen to your spine, your back, and your neck. When your body says stop, please listen. Breathing. That deep lymphatic breath. On that exhale, we're gently pushing up with that left, twisting back around. Both hands are on both knees. Nice cleansing breath here. Balancing. On the next inhale, left hand is going to that right knee, right hand behind. Once again, we have this nice twist here, nice spine extension. We're going to take a deep breath in, sitting up a little taller, exhaling, going a little deeper. Keep that chin level, focusing on that breath, focusing on that core, finding that belly button, sucking it to your spine. One more breath. On that exhale, we're pushing up with the right hand, bringing both back around to those knees. So that back and spine should feel really good. All right, so now we're going to get into the 10 yoga poses for beginners that you should be doing every single day to improve and grow your own yoga style and practice. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring my knees up. I'm going to fold them underneath me, and I'm going to come up into table. So we're going to be here in table for just a little bit. So I'm going to come up and show you the proper position for table. So you will see here, if you ever doubt yourself, you can simply come up on those knees. Knees should be directly below those hips. So you don't want them together here. You want a little space where it's comfortable directly below those hips. From here, we're going to suck in our spine. We're going to come forward, placing those hands directly below those shoulders. Spine is straight. Once again, not allowing that belly to hang down to the floor. We want that core engaged at all times. So we're finding that belly button, we're sucking it to our spine. So the first pose is a combination pose, and we've done this a lot if you've been following me online so far for the month of April, is cat-cow. So we're going to transition between these two with our breath. So we're going to take an inhale through our nose. We're bringing our chin up, and then we're bowing our back down. So we're trying to touch that belly button to our mat while still engaging that core. So this is cow. Exhaling through your mouth while bringing our chin to our chest. Finding that belly button, sucking it all the way to our spine and trying to get that middle back, spine area, middle thoracic, up to the ceiling. So now we're bowing our back up for cat. So inhale, cow, exhale, cat. So let's do 2 more sets of these at your own pace. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Good. Coming back to table. So you're going to hold table here. I'm going to actually turn around because I just noticed in the camera that because I have my blocks and my blanket here, you're not going to be able to see my feet. So I'm going to quickly turn here. Make sure I correct my position back into table. So the second position that we're going to go into is we are going to go into downward dog. Actually, now that I'm here, I'm just going to move this out of the way. Okay. Technical difficulties, sorry. Or you could just call that a wardrobe change. Here we go. All right. So the next position is also going to be a combination position. So this is going to be 2 and 3. So 2 is going to consist of downward dog, and then we're going to come down into upward dog and or sphinx. So sphinx is going to be a very beginner pose position, while upward dog is going to be more of an intermediate advanced pose. So once a table, in order to get into downward dog, I'm going to curl my toes under on the mat. I'm going to inhale. When I do, engage that core, find that belly button, suck it to your spine, lifting those knees up off the mat, and then I'm going to push myself back with those arms. Once here, I am going to drop those shoulder blades together and back. So if you're watching on the camera, if you zoom in, you can actually see my shoulders move. This is a position that the majority of your weight should be on those legs, not your arms. Okay? Once here, you can hold this, or if that's a lot of stretching for those calves, hamstrings, you can also gently bend each knee forward, just releasing that ever so slightly. We're going to hold this for a couple breaths. However, at any point in time, you're like, you know what, Melissa, that's too much. I just can't do this. Gently lower those knees back down to the mat, and you can be right here. Okay? So deep breath in. Exhale it out. One more. All right, so for beginners, we're going to gently drop those knees to the mat, placing the top of those feet flat on the mat. So now we're back into table. From table, we're going to walk our hands out, gently lowering ourselves down to the mat, and then slide those palms up to where those elbows and forearms are flat on your mat. This is Sphinx pose. So notice in Sphinx that my abdomen is still on the mat. I'm going to make sure that that chin is level. I'm listening to my neck though. When it says stop, I'm going to stop. For those of you who are a little bit more advanced and you want to go into upward dog, you're simply going to bring that chest down to the mat. Slide those palms on either side of that chest. With your next inhale, take a deep breath in. On that exhale, push that breath through those palms, coming up into upward dog. If you have any low back issues at all, upward dog is probably not going to be the best for you. You're going to want to stay here right into Sphinx. So breathing. Making sure that that chin is up. back down to the mat, forehead to the mat if you can, and I'm sliding my palms face down on either side of my chest. Deep breath. On that exhale, I'm pushing through those palms, pushing myself back up, and I'm going to reposition back into table. The next one that we're going to be going into is called crescent lunge. So this is going to be 5. We're halfway there. I had to count in my head. Sorry about that. All right. So in order to get into crescent lunge, you can do this a variety of different ways. For more intermediate advanced, I'm going to show you real quickly. You're going to come back up into downward dog, positioning those shoulders once again. We're going to shift our weight to that left foot. We're going to raise that left leg, bend that right. Let me start over. Shift your weight to the left foot. We're going to raise that right leg, bend that right knee, get it in the air. We're going to get enough momentum to bring that right foot forward in between those hands. Okay? So once here, then we're going to come up, hands on those knees, and we'll transition from there. For everyone else who's still down in table, you are here. We're going to shift our weight to that left knee. We're going to sit back just a little bit, bring that right foot forward in between those hands, and from here you're going to curl that left toe up, straightening that left leg with that left knee coming up. So all of us should be right here. If this is too much, for beginners, twist to where that left heel is on the floor. Once here, we're going to bring those hands up into prayer pose. If you're comfortable here, stay there. Perfectly fine. Otherwise, we're bringing those arms up, palms face together. We are gently looking up in between those hands. And then, if you can, a slight back bend. That is the crescent lunge. So breathing. One more. Bringing those hands, palms face together, back down into prayer pose in front of your chest. We're now going to slowly come down on that right knee. Transitioning those hands, sliding them down that right leg onto the mat. From here, we're simply going to twist that right knee out, sliding that right knee back, coming down on your knees. If you're coming into table, more advanced, intermediate, you're going back into downward dog and doing the opposite. So once back in table, we're going to shift our weight to that right knee, and then we're going to bring that left foot up, curling those toes under on that right foot, lifting that right knee, and then coming gently up, engaging that core, placing those hands on that left knee. Check here just to make sure that your knee is directly above that ankle and that it's not forward above those toes. Once here, once again, you can twist that right foot to where that heel is on the mat. For beginners, more intermediate, if you're here, bringing those hands into prayer position, staying right here if you'd like. You'll notice that you can feel this in that right hip, opens up that hip flexor, feeling it in that left groin muscle, that IT band, that quad, hamstrings. If you'd like, bringing those arms up, palms face together. We gently have our chin up, looking in between both hands. If you have your balance here, engaging that core, and then you can just simply do a slight back bend here. Into crescent lunge. Breathing. One more breath. On that exhale, bringing those hands together, palms face together, coming down into prayer pose. Gently bringing those hands onto that left knee. Sliding those hands down that left leg, still engaging that core. Hands are going to be on either side of that left foot. we're going to twist that left knee out, sliding that leg back. We're coming back down into table. Checking your position here. So the sixth position that you should be doing every day, beginning yoga, intermediate yogis, is pigeon. So if you're intermediate advanced, from here you're going to go back up into downward dog and then come into pigeon. So I'm going to briefly show everyone who's intermediate advanced. Curling those toes, lifting those knees, coming back into down dog, adjusting those shoulders correctly, shifting that weight to that left foot, picking up that right foot, right bended knee comes up. We're going to get enough force and momentum to bring that right bended knee in between our hands and then straightening out that left leg on our mat. So we're going to be doing the same thing in table for beginners. So we're going to shift that weight to that left knee. I'm going to take just a little step back with that left knee. All right, so in pigeon, you can either stay here or you can come down on the mat, trying not to allow that rest on, if you're on your forearms, to rest on that right bended knee. So holding in here for a couple of breaths. And then sliding those hands forward if you can, bringing that forehead to the mat and allowing that stomach and chest to gently rest on that right knee. Breathing. On your next inhale, gently slide those palms face down on either side of that chest. On that exhale, pushing yourself up and then sliding that right knee back. We're going to do the opposite here. So we're positioning ourselves back into table. Make sure we have even weight. All right, I'm going to slide that right knee back slightly, bringing that left bended knee up in between my hands. Notice now that the right leg is completely flat on the mat. I'm going to slide those palms forward. Forearms are on the mat and engaging my core, holding them up off of my left knee. Breathing. Next breath, sliding those palms forward and then coming down to the mat, forehead to the mat if you can. This is a great stretch, a great deepening stretch for those hip flexors, for that psoas muscle, your groin muscle, and you're also going to feel it, that IT band on the left, on the outside of that left leg. One more breath. Next, inhale, sliding those palms face down on either side of that chest. On that exhale, we are pushing ourselves up, sliding that left knee back. We are back into table, checking our form, checking our position, engaging that core. Breathing. We're resetting here. From this position, I'm going to bring both knees and both ankles together. I'm going to gently sit back. From this position, you want to determine what is the safest way for you to get up to a standing position on your mat. So for me, once here, I'm going to rock forward just a little bit. I'm going to curl those toes under on both legs, and then I'm going to push myself back to where I'm on my mat. And then from here, I can either do a little bit of balancing on the balls of my feet if I would like. This is a really good one. I like this one a lot because it actually helps to stretch out those quads, gives a little bit more mobility to knees. So however you can safely get up, I'm going to take a deep breath in. On that exhale, I'm pushing all of that force through the balls of my feet. So deep breath in. And I'm standing up. So once in the standing pose, we are going to come into into what is called mountain. So in mountain, we want those feet directly below those hips. So just a little bit of space where it's comfortable for you. So you've got a good foundation here. You are set, you're firm, just like a mountain. So I'm gonna make sure that my chest is open, shoulders are back, shoulders are down, chin is level. I'm standing up nice and straight and tall, and I've got even pressure on both sides. So I'm just going to start with my feet, do a quick body scan, the bottom of my feet, making sure my ankles are even, coming up to my hips, coming up to my shoulders. Everything feels good. So the next pose that we're going to go into of the 10 basic poses that you should be doing every day is we're going to be doing the standing side bend. So for beginners, I want you to place that left hand on that left hip. We're going to raise that right hand up. I'm going to reach those fingertips to the ceiling, and from here, I'm just simply bending at the waist, and we're going to the left. So it's going to look right like this. Now, if that feels really good, and you're more intermediate advanced, still engaging that core, then slide that left palm down close to the knee and see if you can go just a little deeper. If that side oblique says stop, then stop. Bring that hand back up here. Yoga is known for the wonderful stretches, twists, just the overall release. And when you're standing here, make sure that you're not hyperextending those knees back. Those knees should be softly bent. Breathing, one more breath. And then on that inhale, using that right arm as a counterweight to bring yourselves back up to center, dropping gently that right arm down, and then allowing that left arm to fall also to your side. Breathing. Next inhale, right hand is going on the right hip, left arm is coming up, and then we're going to the right. Once again, if this feels really good and you think, oh, I can go just a little deeper, sliding that right palm down to the knee and going just a little bit deeper. Breathing. Engaging that core. Making sure those knees are not hyperextended, they're softly bent. On your next inhale, using that left arm as a weight to gently bring yourselves back up to center, gently dropping that left arm down to your side. You are back into mountain. Remember mountain is a rest and recovery pose for when you're standing on the mat. So that body scan again, making sure we've reset everything. One more breath. Good. So now what I would like for you to do is bring those hands up, placing them on either side of those hips. We have 3 more poses to get to before our favorite part of yoga, well, everyone's favorite part of yoga, corpse, so bear with me. All right, so once in mountain, what I want you to do is gently look down at those feet, and I want you to take just a step out with both feet. So your toes should be pointed forward in the same direction that you're looking. Then what I want you to do is just slightly turn those feet out. Once here, I want you to find that core, so find that belly button, engage that core, find that belly button, suck it to your spine. When you do that, those bum muscles automatically contract. Bringing those hands, palms face together in front of your chest in prayer pose. Here, while that core is engaged, we are bending those knees and we are coming down as far as you can. Ideally, we want those elbows on the inside of those knees. So this is what is known as a yoga squat. Making sure that that spine is straight. You're going to be slightly forward, of course. Chin is level. You're really going to feel this in those groin muscles, quads, hamstrings. you name it. Engage that core, you're here breathing. And depending upon your activity level today, you might even be shaking a little bit. That's perfectly normal. And if you can, I'm going to come up for just a second. If you are watching this and this is a very beginner position for you, you've not done this before, even if you can only get to here, that's perfectly fine. Take a couple of deep breaths. If you have to, come back up. On that next exhale, see if you can go just a little deeper. So if you're doing this in front of a mirror while watching me, just see how far you can go safely. We don't want you to injure yourselves. So on your next inhale, deep breath in. On that exhale, we're going to come up. Those legs should be feeling good right now. Maybe a little tingly. All right, we're going to slowly walk those feet back in. From here, we're going to transition down to our mat. So once again, whatever is the safest way, injury-free way for you to get down. For me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little curtsy. I'm going to take that right foot behind my left leg. I'm going to bend those knees, gently coming down to the mat, placing my hands on the mat. I'm going to position myself on the mat where I have both knees bent, both feet flat on the mat. I'm going to grab that right hamstring, never behind the knee, right hamstring. I'm going to gently lower myself down to the mat. Once here, I'm going to release that right leg back. Now notice, once the back of my head hits the mat, it's going to stay there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently bring both bended knees up into my chest. I'm going to place my hands on those hamstrings, and we're going to go into a position that we did Tuesday night, which is called Happy Baby. So from here, I'm going to make sure that that core is engaged. You can either grab those toes and spreading those legs apart. You want those feet flexed to where it looks like you're holding up the ceiling. And you're trying to get those knees as close to the mat as you can. If you can't grab those toes, grab the inside of those arches and or just grab the back of your calves wherever you can and just gently pull those knees in. Ever so gently, ever so slightly. We're just opening up those hip flexors, those hips, that pelvic region. This should feel good. And it's relaxing. Breathing. You're still holding this. On your next exhale, just allowing those fingertips to trail down to those knees. And then what we're going to do is we're going to gently bring those knees together. Knees are still bent. We're going to squeeze them ever so slightly into our chest. And then we're going to go into a position that is lovingly called the windshield wiper. So we're going to release those knees, leave them right here, placing those arms straight out from those shoulders. So we're opening up our chest here. So either palms face down or palms face up, it doesn't matter. We're going to take a deep breath in. And on that exhale, we're going to gently allow those knees to fall to the right side. You want to make sure that both shoulders are still flat on the mat. And you're going to try, with each exhale, you'll see here in the video if you're watching, how this left knee is still a little raised from the right knee. So we're going to see with each exhale how close we can get that. So take a deep breath in. On the next exhale, see if you can bring that left knee a little closer while keeping that left shoulder still on the mat. This is a great yoga twist. This really focuses on that left side oblique and also that mid-back, the middle thoracic, where the majority of our digestive nerves are. So yoga is a wonderful practice for keeping our digestive tract normal, regulated. It's also a great practice for stress and anxiety. I think we all can agree that all of us have a little bit of that right now. in these uncertain times. Breathing. On our next inhale, we're going to engage that core, really suck it up. So find that belly button, suck it to your spine, and we're going to lift those knees up off the mat, coming back up to center. We're going to take a couple of breaths here, just to reset everything. One more. On that exhale, now we're going to the left, so gently allowing, while that core is engaged, those knees to fall to the left. Noticing that my right shoulder is still on the mat. That's what you want to focus on. I'm looking straight up. The back of my head is still on the mat. So here, I'm going to be focusing on, once again, trying to get that right knee as close to that left knee as possible without lifting that right shoulder up off the mat. So deep breath in. Exhale. Relaxing those muscles. Good. Breathing. Let's do a couple more. One more. On this inhale, really engage that core. Suck it up, find that belly button. We're bringing those bended knees back up and holding it right here. Making sure that those hips are level on your mat. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Sliding those hands down on either side of those hips on your mat. And then gently allowing, one foot at a time, to be placed on your mat. Once there, we're going to slide those legs straight. And then we're going to allow those feet to fall to the side, opening up those hip flexors, and also that pelvic region. Hands are by your side on either side of those hips, either palms up or palms face down. Doesn't matter. You are finally in corpse, otherwise known as Shavasana. This is your final rest and recovery. So please take a moment here to focus on your breath, normalizing that breath, bringing it back down to your normal cadence. If your heart rate's still a little elevated, with each breath, trying to bring it back down to your own natural rhythm. While here, allow those eyes to be closed, still focusing on yourselves and the wonderful self-care that you've just given yourself for 30 minutes. If you were attending the in-person class, I would be coming around right now placing a blanket on you and having you pay close attention to the muscles that blanket touches. Breathing just a little bit more TLC with each breath into those muscle groups, into yourself. Giving yourselves kudos and gratitude for I am sure is a very busy night for you, taking this time to focus on you, your health, and your fitness. One more breath. On this next breath, I want you to make it count. So I want a deep breath in through your nose. Really filling up that belly, that chest, working that air up into those shoulders, and then exhaling it all out. Letting the rest of it go away with that breath. On your next inhale, we're going to bend those knees, placing those feet flat on the mat. Resting here for just a second. On your next exhale, we're going to gently allow those knees to fall to the right, bringing our body with it to where we're laying on our right side, left palm face down in front of your chest. On your next exhale, we're going to use that breath to push through that left palm, pushing ourselves up into a seated position. So once again, whatever's most comfortable for you, I'm going to allow my eyes to stay closed gently, just for a few more minutes. So I'm coming back into perfect pose, whatever's most comfortable for you. I'm going to do a body scan, making sure that I have even weight on both of my sits bones, that I'm grounded, my chin is level. With my next inhale, I'm slowly going to allow the outside world via the sounds from inside and outside the room to slowly creep back in, where I can register them. On my next inhale, I'm slowly going to allow the evening plans, my to-do list, the rest of the week, to slowly enter back in, not so fast, just slowly. And on your last inhale, slowly fluttering those eyes open, allowing the light and the sights from inside the room to register. When you are completely grounded and present and ready to start the rest of your evening, I would like to honor you and give you gratitude for the self-care this evening. Namaste. Thank you everyone for coming. If you would like to stay here, you're at home, please do so and continue that self-care. For everyone else, it's been an honor, privilege to be with you this evening. I will see you back next week at 6 p.m. Tuesday and Thursday. So until we see each other again, stay safe and stay healthy.